I still remember the exact second I decided to burn the entire holiday to the ground. It was 11:47 p.m. on Christmas Eve, and my 17-year-old daughter, Ellie, was standing in our kitchen holding a printed spreadsheet that told her to wake up at 2:45 a.m. so 40 adults could have warm croissants. She looked up at me with eyes older than the city outside our window and whispered, "Dad, am I the help now?" That question cracked something inside my chest wide open. And I swear, in that moment, I heard every year I'd spent saying yes when I wanted to scream no. So I did the only thing left. I booked 2 tickets to a place with snow and silence, and we vanished before the ovens even preheated. My name is Caleb Rowe. 42. Trauma therapist by day, human ATM by family decree. People pay me $200 an hour to teach them the word no. At home, I couldn't pronounce it without subtitles. Ellie and I live in a 2-bedroom above a 24-hour diner that smells like bacon and regret. There's a mason jar on the top shelf labeled, "Ellie and Dad, somewhere cold." Every extra dollar goes in there. It's been growing slower than my mother's Christmas guest list and my sister Vanessa's credit card balance. Every December, the jar gets raided, just until January, and every January the jar is mysteriously lighter and the promises heavier. This year the list hit 42 names. 42 people who expected a catered spread, an open bar, and a teenager who should be asleep dreaming about college, not whether the gluten-free gravy separated. I told myself this time would be different. I always tell myself that. It's the lullaby dysfunctional families sing to keep the children quiet 3 nights before Christmas. I stopped by Mom's condo to drop off the roasting pans she forgot to buy. Vanessa was at the table surrounded by envelopes and a bottle of Prosecco that I had paid for. She got up to refill her glass. Left one sheet on top. A mortgage refinance application. My name. My social security number typed in neat little boxes. A signature that looked like mine if you were drunk and forgiving. I stared at it until the letters swam. When she came back, I asked, "What the hell is this?" She laughed like I'd caught her stealing a cookie. "Relax, it's just paperwork. You weren't supposed to see the draft." Draft. That word tasted like metal in my mouth. Christmas Eve, 6:12 p.m. We walk into Mom's place carrying grocery bags heavier than apologies. The dining table looks like a wedding no one proposed at. 42 place cards. Ice sculptures. A champagne tower I definitely never okayed. Vanessa doesn't say hello. She snaps her fingers at Ellie, hands her the spreadsheet. Kitchen. 2:45 a.m. sharp. Don't embarrass us again. Again. As if last year Ellie had personally ruined Christmas by daring to sleep. Mom glides in, all perfume and performance, slips the highlighted allergy list into Ellie's hand like it's a Broadway script. People notice when things aren't perfect, darling. Ellie looks at me. Not pleading. Just measuring. Like she's waiting to see which version of her father shows up tonight, the rescuer or the ghost. I open my mouth. Nothing comes out. And that silence, that cowardice, is the moment I finally understood I was teaching my daughter that love means letting people eat you alive. Ellie smiles the smallest, sharpest smile I've ever seen on her face. "Sure, Grandma," she says. Then she looks at me again, and I swear her eyes said, "Fix this or I will." We leave under a cloud of "don't make a scene," and "it's only one morning." In the elevator down, Ellie asks, "Are we really coming back at 2 a.m.? I look at our reflection, 2 exhausted soldiers in winter coats. "No," I say. The word tastes like freedom and terror. At home, the phone starts its war drum. She weaponized my silence to make me look like the villain who ghosted and still stiffed them with the bill. 42 people now believing I'm not only absent, I'm cruel. I sit in that rental car with snow tapping the windshield and feel something inside me quietly die, and something else wake up roaring. Ellie reaches over, takes the phone from my hand, and powers it off. She says, "They don't get to write the ending, Dad." She's 17. And she just taught me the most important lesson I've ever learned. We spent Christmas Day eating maple donuts on a frozen lake, watching strangers build snowmen, laughing so hard my ribs hurt for the first time in years. I still don't know what happens when we go home. I do know the jar is full again, this time with money no one can touch but us. And I know that sometimes the bravest thing a parent can do is disappear, just long enough for their child to remember what oxygen feels like. So tell me in the comments, because I genuinely want to know. If they had treated your kid like staff, forged your name, lied to your face, would you have boarded that plane? Or would you still be in that kitchen at 3 a.m., pretending love tastes like duty? Be honest. I'll be reading every single one. See you in the comments. And maybe, see you somewhere cold.